Stop screaming loud, don't kill my dream. If we gonna last, the glass is half full, the bottom's coming fast. I just want
this town is for George Floyd. This town is for George Floyd. This town is for Villanueva. This town is for Villanueva. This town is for Freddie Gray. This town is for Freddie Gray. This town is for Eric Garner. This town is for Eric Garner. This town is for Ahmaud Arbery. This town is for Ahmaud Arbery. This town is for Fernando Castillo. This town is for Fernando Castillo. This town is for Michael Brown. This town is for Michael Brown. This town is for Tamir Rice. This town is for Tamir Rice. This town is for Vincent Ramos. This town is for Vincent Ramos. This town is for Melissa Ventura. This town is for Melissa Ventura. Trayvon Martin and all the others. This town is for all the others.
No force more powerful than our people. As we rise to greatness, to some we're lethal. Melanin of blacks, browns, yellows, and reds. Beautiful hair, kinky, curly, straight, and dreads. Been tricked, robbed, and fed so many lies. It's time to unite, not compromise. Our families destroyed by death, despair, and hate. We're strong, we got faith, it's not too late. We will expose the ugly, corrupt system aimed at our colors, race, and religion. We're fed up if you didn't detect it. We're fully woke and will be respected. The revolution was televised. Now the whole world knows. No more hiding the truth behind closed doors. Be sure you hear us. No need to fear us. Just know when we say every single day, Black Lives Matter.
Black lives truly matter. Black lives truly matter.
I didn't shoot the sheriff, but the sheriff shot at me. I didn't shoot the deputy, as the world watched they could see. Systematic racism, I don't care if you wear blue. I said systematic racism, soon you will be through. You keep killing all my brothers and sisters, just don't get no rest. You chase them down and shoot them up, keep taking away our best. No hiding from the vigils, and now the world can see what's been happening to my brothers. Justice is what we need.
Black lives truly matter. Black lives truly matter.
But the deputy shot at me. I said systematic racism. You got to set us free. I've identified the problem, and the whole wide world now knows. Rise up today in heaven and earth, 'cause there's no more tragedy shows. My life is not for you to take just because you wear all blue. There's something I must say to you, and the second word is you. I'm looking for some good results for my liberty. I'm looking for some good trouble, the way that things should be. Black lives truly matter. Black lives truly matter. This spell is for Breonna Taylor. This spell is for Breonna Taylor. This spell is for George Floyd. This spell is for George Floyd. This spell is for Villanueva. This spell is for Villanueva. This spell is for Freddie Gray. This spell is for Freddie Gray. This spell is for Eric Garner. This spell is for Eric Garner. This spell is for Ahmaud Arbery. This spell is for Ahmaud Arbery. This spell is for Philando Castile. This spell is for Philando Castile. This spell is for Michael Brown. This spell is for Michael Brown. This spell is for Tamar Rice. This spell is for Tamar Rice. This spell is for Vincent Ramos. This spell is for Vincent Ramos. This spell is from Melissa Ventura. This spell is from Melissa Ventura. Trayvon Martin and all the others. This spell is for all the others. I didn't shoot the deputy, but the deputy shot at me. I said systematic racism, you got to set us free. I've identified the problem, and the whole wide world now knows. Rise up today in heaven and earth, 'cause there's no more tragedy shows. My life is not for you to take just because you wear all blue. There's something I must say to you, and the second word is you. I'm looking for some good results for my liberty. I'm looking for some good trouble, the way that things should be. All those fathers dying, so many mothers crying, babies wondering why. All they hear is lies. It's really got to change. No more lives rearranged. Peace.
Good morning. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. That was Chilly Willy Groove. That's his Black History song. And we've been playing it every day since we got it because it is still Black History Month. I don't know about you, but this feels like a very long Black History. And it's only 28 days. But I feel like I feel like some more days have been added. I don't feel like I've rushed through Black History Month at all. So got back and on vacation from vacation, which was really nice. Had a good time. And so now I'm back. Let's see, what did I do? Friday, we went to the symphony. Did I say this is LoveBabz, LoveTalk? Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. Harry Dross is in the ether somewhere. You see him, you don't see him, you see him, you don't see him. Friday, we went to the symphony, which was really nice. Now, I like live music, so any chance I get to go see any live music, I'm going to go. So we went to the symphony. I had dinner with Patty Russo at South Bay. I kind of like that place. So I had dinner and cocktails with her at South Bay. And then Ife and Marquisha came and had dinner there. And so then the three of us went on over to the Schubert because the New Haven Symphony is housed at the Schubert. So so we went over there, and then after that, after the concert, we went to late night happy hour at House of Nan. I love late night happy hour at House of Nan. I only know a couple of places that do late night happy hour. House of Nan, Barracuda, and I think Tiama Tequila. I know Barracuda because the first time I ever went to late night happy hour was there at late night happy hour. You know, happy hour that starts at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, you know. So yeah, so we went over there, hung out for a bit, then made our way home, got up Saturday morning, went to brunch at Georgie's Diner in West Haven. They've got man, let me tell you something. Listen. They got a vegan breakfast menu over there that just won't quit. Listen, they're vegan French toast with that cashew cream and all the berries and strawberries. You know what? I think it's better than their real French toast or their other French toast. Their dairy-based French toast. And I haven't even had that, but I know this vegan French toast is the bomb. I mean, they have all kinds of vegan things on the menu, but I go for the French toast because I never get to have French toast anywhere. So anyway, we did that for Saturday. You know, had a little brunch. Forgive me. I had to take my daughter to work at 6:30 this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit like I don't think I got enough sleep. So anyway, we did that on Saturday. Then we came on. All of us went to our respective abodes. Yesterday we met up again at Bloom for BAM Books. Young sister Nize has a mobile book store, right? Like in her car. She's working hard to save some money so she can get her a minivan. So she can have books, like a moving library or something, like a bookmobile, like what the library has, but you would buy these books. I hope she gets it because I hope whoever's listening can help her get it. There's got to be a way for her to get some money to get a van, something. If I win the lottery, girl, I got you. Anyway, they had a takeover at Bloom with Ife, Elm City Lit Fest, Culturally Lit, and Alicia and her posse, her dynamic posse. And the people's turned out in numbers. Like, it was so many people in there. I mean, I was just so proud. And she was just holding it down. And she got to talk to Brian Slatery. She got to talk to Lucy Gelman. There were some other folks there taking pictures. That was great. I like to see this young sister rise. And she's a bona fide bookseller. She's a sister that's actually selling books and is about it. Like, she is about it. So I was very delighted. I bought a book. I bought Dr. King's Where Do We Go From Here? Community or Chaos. I had loaned this book to a righteous brother back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean like college, right? Loaned it to this brother. I want to say he's of Caribbean descent because that's who I was situating with in those days. And I ain't seen the book since. So I was like, you know what? I really should have that book in my possession. So I bought it. I broke my ban, and this is the only time I'm doing it. I'm not doing it again. I'm not buying any more books. But I had to buy a book from this sister because this was an endeavor that required it. So, and plus, you know what? I make the rules. So there's that. I make the rules, I break the rules. So I bought the book. But it was a wonderful, 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 wonderful event. It was full to capacity. Afro-Tina came out and catered. So they had, meat options and vegan options. It was really, really nice. I enjoyed myself. I had a mocktail. Good. It was a wonderful Sunday afternoon of books. And they had a couple of spoken word folks, which was lovely. Not too many, just two. And it was well done. I mean, it was just enough, right? So I had a good time. And she had a lot of books to move. And there was something for everyone. And the way that they were set up in the store, you'd move from, sister righteous civil rights women, brother righteous Panthers, Malcolm X had a whole table. Then there was, novels of every sort and hue. So it was good. I just loved the vibe. It was such a good vibe for Sunday. So yeah. And then I just came on home, had some wine, and I had made some fettuccine Alfredo yesterday. So I had that for dinner last night with a little salmon in it. It's good. I still have a little bit left. So I might just eat it before I walk out the door. So yeah, I mean that was the weekend. The weekend was good. The weekend was good. So I've got a packed week of talking. I got Ina Williams from Yale Nursing. She's coming on tomorrow morning to talk about her life and career and what's happening in nursing. And then I've got Patty Russo from the Yale Campaign School and Ron Thomas from the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, CCM. So they're coming on because it's a great marriage of lobbyist and political training. So they're coming on. They did a set a couple of weeks ago, a year or so ago, a training. And it was so well received. They're doing it again. So I think this is going to be in their wheelhouse now. Like I think they're going to make this a real thing. So so if you're interested in running for politics and you want to know something about Connecticut politics, tune in on Wednesday. You'll want to hear what they have to say. It's such a good conversation. And Patty's a hoot. I don't have a guest on Thursday and not a guest on Friday, which is kind of, who knows? It'll all change. And then for Women's History Month, I got Delta's on tour. Delta members, Sisters of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, who are authors, will be coming through for a conversation with me as part of a stop on this regional tour. So I'm excited about that. That's gonna be really, really good. So that's how the week is looking, beauties. I wanted to try to get to Cafe 9 tomorrow to see Wayne Escoffrey, but the weather might not make me be great. So I wanted to go to Cafe 9, but if it's doing all kinds of elements out there and I don't meet Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I do meet Earth, Wind, and Fire, I'm not going. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I just, I'm at the age now where I don't take dares like that. If I was a young sister and I wanted to go to a concert or whatever, I didn't give a damn about the weather. I just get in my whip and go. Now I'm like, oh no, I got these new hips I got to be careful about. I got to be worried about my vision. I mean, I'm just a different animal. And listen, I don't mind it. I'm not pretending to be 25. That is not why I run the streets. I'm not trying to recapture my youth. That's not what I'm doing. I want people to understand that part. I'm not trying to be 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. I am squarely 58. What I like to do is go to all the things that I like to go to. That's it. So if you see me at a lot of things, it's because I genuinely want to be at those things, not because I don't like being at home or whatever. I love being at home. Are you kidding me? I love being in my pajamas, chilling. But I also like a good cocktail and good friends and good conversation and good food. I'm a tourist. I mean, come on. Can you tell? I'm a tourist. Eat and drink is what we do, So I feel very strongly about that. I just want people to know because people are like, oh, you're everywhere. Yeah, I am. And I like being everywhere. Don't get me wrong. I like being everywhere. But everywhere that I want to be, not because I have to be. No one makes me do these things. I go because I want to go, because I like going to the symphony. I truly enjoy going to the symphony. I like going to the Schubert Theater. I like going to Long Wharf Theater. I like going to Collective Consciousness. I like hanging out at Cafe 9. I like Owl Shop. I mean, I just love my town with all the things. That's it. And I just feel like I belong everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I'm not welcome. I'm always welcome. And if I'm not welcome, I come up here and talk about it until I am welcomed. Just saying. So hopefully we got some word on the street in about 20 minutes. We love word on the streets. I love the way people come up to me and say, I love that set word on the street. Somebody did it the other day. Somebody did it the other day and somebody did it yesterday. I was so pleased. I was like, oh, we got a hit on our hands, baby. I like word on the street. And I got to tell, I'm gonna have to read the Maya and Grace, Nora, because they tend to, I've been noticing a little pattern with them. They've been talking to some of the cutest little guys I've seen in this town. I don't know if that's on purpose or if it's highly coincidental. I doubt it. Cute attracts cute. So I see the babies out there, and Maya with all that beautiful hair. Listen, that hair is like a magnet. So I see him out there, and I was like, just about every little cute guy has come through there, come through them. Like, all right, I see what you're doing. I ain't mad at you. I would use it too. It would be a tool for me too, baby. It would be a tool for sure. So they'll be on in a little while, and we'll have some word on the street as we get ourselves ready. It's supposed to be, the weather is going to be janky this week, people. So pay attention. Oh my God, I got caught in a squall Saturday. I got the alert on my phone, as did most people, right? Whoever have a cell phone, you get the weather alert, get the Connecticut weather alert. And it says squalls at 4. I got the alert about 3:30. So I said, oh, you know what? I don't have any wine in the house. Let me go run over to Wine Thief, which is, just up the hill on Whitney, because I'm in Newhallville. So it's just in front of me. So I said, let me run over there. And so I get over there, Zoe, all the cats over there, Wine Thief on Whitney Avenue. I'm always talking to them about a particular wine or what I feel like, big, bold flavor, blah, 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 blah. And I think I stayed a little bit too long because I knew in the back of my mind I need to get out of that store to get home. I knew it, but I was messing around. So Zoe was like, oh, the flurries already, the squall has happened. Didn't you see it? I said, yeah. I was at brunch and we saw a little bit of, but it wasn't a squall. It was just little snow showers. So she's like, oh no, I think it passed. soon as she turned around, she's like, oh my God, what is happening? I said, these are the squalls, my dear. These are the squalls. So I go out, I go get in my car. But at this point, it was still, you could still see, in front of you. By the time I got in my car, started my car and got down Whitney Avenue by Whitney and Cold Spring, you couldn't see a damn thing. It was blinding. And I'm thinking, should I just pull over or should I? I was like, I'm just over the hill. So I creep along, I creep along. And everybody's creeping along. Nobody's being an asshole. Everybody's creeping along. Everybody's creeping along. Because, this squall came up and it was blinding. I get up the hill. I take the left on the Highland. I go up the hill because that's how I get. This is how I get down. I go down Whitney, cut over the Highland when I'm leaving Wine Thief. Cut over the Highland, cut up Highland, go all the way up Highland to Winchester. Take a right onto Winchester. Take a left onto Lilac. Take Lilac all the way down. Cross over Newhall, and then get all the way down to that other little street that smacks you right in front of the school. Take that left and then take the left onto Ivy because you can't take a right. But traffic can come down Ivy and take the left onto this little street. I don't know what street this is. I want to say Butler. I could be Butler, but I could be wrong. I got to check. And that's how and then I just got home, and it was I it was something, I want to tell you. And then it was done. You know, it lasted about 15, 20 minutes and it was done. So, I was like, ooh, I was like, squalls, what the hell? I'm not in the mood for squalls. But anyway, we got some janky weather coming our way. Wednesday, I think it's supposed to be 65, almost 70 degrees for the better part of the day. And then the temperature is going to drop. I think I'm convinced Mother Nature wants us off this planet. She is making it do what it do so we can get off of it. Because we are not good stewards to the earth. We are not. And I want people to know that. So anyway, that's the weather for you, baby. But just be prepared out there, because I see too many people get caught out. Like my kids do not pay attention to the weather. This is what burns me up about them. One of the million things that burns me up about them, that they do not pay attention to the weather. And then they're surprised at the weather. And they're like, I didn't know. I was like, you have a whole smartphone. Why don't y'all have a weather thing or weather alert on that tells you? Brianna does. But the other ones, just drove me crazy. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all just walk in the world ill prepared. That's not how I raised you. I think that just, you know what it is? I think kids, no matter how you raise them, they're going to rebel just on principle. Just on principle. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was the Russians. I'm about to talk about them next. Just on principle. I think kids just rebel. I get it. I mean, I know. Listen, I know the trouble I brought to my mama's door. I know it. I just feel like I paid for it though. I feel like I paid for it in spades. So I don't understand why my children are still giving me the business. Like I feel like I paid already. All right. That's my lament. Motherhood is a joy. Except when it's not. So I guess all our attention is on Ukraine. I mean, it's just the craziest thing because the Russians are insisting that they're not. They are literally insisting that they're not going to move on these people. Now, they're at their borders. They got all the things. They got all the weapons. They got their guns trained on these people. They are ready. And they got the nerve to tell the world. And they are holding to this foolishness. Oh, I don't know what y'all are talking about. We're not marching on them. And the Ukraine president is like, listen, I'm looking out my front door. I see them. Get the sanctions going now. Shut them down now. I was like, gosh, what is it going to take? And I said this 1,000 times on this show. Putin is a ex-KGB. I don't even know if you could be an ex-KGB. Putin is a KGB. He came up the ranks when the USSR was in the height of their whatever it is they was trying to do. And so when it fell, when they had to disband and break up and countries could go their separate ways and adopt democracy, I know in his heart he vowed, I am going to bring this back, hook or crook. And so that's what he's been trying to do. You know, he marched on Crimea. He marched on all these other little places. Now he's trying to march. And you know, Ukraine is big, right? And these people want to be in the cafes, live their life, do their thing. They don't want to go back under their rule. They are sipping the Western life. They want it. But this guy, he is like, I'm gonna break them. But I'm not telling y'all I'm breaking them. I'm just let you think that. Don't believe what you see. and I just feel like, and I see the frustration in the Ukraine president. He is just like, listen, I'm looking at these cats line up to come and kill my people, burn down our buildings, and drag our journalists and teachers and all this to prison and camps and all this other kind of mess. We don't want that. I just, I just hope that somebody can reason with him. I know Biden is, his thing is diplomacy. But you know what I want to see? This is what and this is awful. This is going to be mean-spirited. I want somebody to walk over to the Kremlin and just slap the taste out Putin's mouth and say, sit the F down with this foolishness and take care of your country. Take care of your peoples. You got an unemployment rate. Your peoples is hungry. You can't pay your bill. What are you doing? Why are you trying to march on people? Handle your business in your country. That's what I want. I need somebody to just go over there and slap the taste out his mouth and say, sit down and stop this. But,
Hey, Babz.
Hi, Harry. Saying.
So just so you know, because there's no KGB anymore.
I know, Harry. So we
because
say
it's FSB now.
whatever.
So
KGB, FSB, MSG, whatever.
So they changed the alphabet letters, and they're telling you they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And by the way, as of 1 hour ago, Business Insight is it that's reporting that Putin is claiming Russia claims to have killed 5 Ukrainian soldiers in its territory. So Ukraine is invading Russia. It's what Putin's saying.
Look, we gotta defend ourselves. And I'm looking at the people, Harry, sitting in coffee shops, and I'm thinking, what people? These people are in coffee shops chilling. They trying to walking their dogs. They just like, why you want to run on these people? They not.
Well,
but this guy, I saw the guy this morning. He was like, if they come, it's not gonna be easy. I was like, that's like, if they come, we not like the other people. We not like them cats.
No, because they know Putin's not going to use a nuclear bomb on them, but it's going to be. They said, they're saying it's going to be blood on the streets of Russian soldiers too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
men running the world is just not a good look. They got no women that can run Russia because he's just bad for business. I don't get him. Like, I don't want Ukraine to be part of NATO. I don't want them to be part of the Western. Listen, these people want to move on. They want to build a future. They don't want to live in hovels. They don't want to be poor. They don't want to be any of the things that you offering them.
The problem with all of this is that every deal that Russia has entered into, they break. So it doesn't matter what we give them or what we agree
that's true.
to.
That's
they
true,
are
Harry.
going to break it.
That's
so
true.
It's a game of fools right now.
It is.
I think Courtney's ready for word on the street.
Yeah, word on the street. I hope she's not talking to Russians. Maybe she should. I don't know. We get some real talk. Word on the street. Word on the street. It's about time for word on the street. Word
Hopefully
on.
she's not in Ukraine. I mean,
well, I don't know. How far will Paul go for a good story? That's Courtney. Courtney looks very glamorous.
Got to unmute.
You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yes.
All right. Finally. Hey, where are you going? Okay, my viewer's running away from me. He's coming back, though. He's coming back. I'm like, where are you going? So I've never had that happen to me. This morning we are in Hamden. We're on Warner Street, where that huge fire occurred last Monday night.
Oh,
that displaced over 40 people. And I believe it was 14 children. Let me see if I can actually show you guys a shot of the house while my viewer hopefully comes back out of this house. So do you guys see that?
Wow.
That's the
Is
house
that right there? Down back there, right in the back.
Yeah.
Gosh, do they know what started it, Courtney?
I don't believe so. So here we go. Here's my guess. So first things first, what's your name?
My name is June Johnson.
June Johnson. Okay. And tell us what happened. You said you know the cause of the fire?
I came from work around about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And
Just try to speak up just a
soon as-
little.
as soon as I pulled in, I noticed the fire. So when I came, I looked in the back. It just started like whirlwinding, and you could see how it just started getting more and more. So when I looked and went back towards the back, I seen it started like spreading.
Yeah.
So it just got even worse and worse. And the fire people couldn't even get it out because of the wind and all that. So it was a hard time for them to get it out. So it spread it more and more. Like I thought it was gonna like connect to right here. And
So it was
come over.
spreading, but do you know what caused it?
They said it was electrical problem.
Electrical. Okay.
Gosh.
Do you know any of the families that were living in
I
there?
knew a few of them, yes.
You know a few of them? How are they coping right now? Have you spoken to them?
Well, basically they just don't have nothing. They lost everything.
They
They
lost
just trying-
everything.
Yeah, they just trying to, replenish stuff that they lost, try to get back. So that's all they don't have nothing.
So I did hear that a few of the families were relocated to the ML Keefe Center around the corner. Do you know if they were put over there or not?
No clue where they was put at or anything.
Just try to speak just a little louder. Sorry, this mic is.
I don't know where they put them at or anything, but that the day of the fire, the incident and what happened, how it was looking.
So what kind of went through your mind when you saw that? I mean, especially these people. It's
Had too much going on. I mean, just looking at the firemen having a hard problem trying to put it out, and then you see it spread it. That's what made it like sad. Over 50 families.
right.
It's bad.
So do you have any plans in helping at all, or?
Donated some clothes and stuff to some sneakers to a few of the people that that live here. That's all you can do is donate.
Donate, right? So how long have you been living here?
I've been here for like 4 months.
4 months? Oh, not a very long time at all. Do you guys want to ask any questions?
Were you worried about your apartment? Because you live
Yes.
very close. And did y'all have
Yes.
to evacuate and get out and pray that it didn't spread to your space?
Well, I basically just went outside into my backyard and just watched it. Just to, I was praying too, but it's
Like you didn't gather things? Like you didn't let me just be safe and gather
I
a few
didn't
things
gather
just
nothing.
in case.
No, I just came outside and watched and asked, the fire people, asked like if it's gonna spread, is y'all gonna stop it? What y'all gonna do? But yeah, I was nervous, but I ain't grabbed nothing. I just came outside to be aware of what's going on around here.
And I feel like you never think that it could happen to you,
That it would even be this close.
So you were standing outside here, your home, and watching, right? Yeah.
Basically, right in the backyard, just watching it when it started, like just watching it. Definitely scary. It was a scary situation.
What's kind of your overall message then to the community? As a neighbor, I believe this is like a time to be building right together
Yeah,
and sticking
definitely.
by.
Everybody needs to, be knowledgeable of this and try to help out. I mean, we all community, so community needs to step in and help all the people that need to help. So this right here was tragic. I mean, everybody lost everything. So we try to help to get the people back what they lost.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, already with the pandemic and then on top of that, yeah.
It's serious. Don't do nothing but just watch your stuff. And I seen all the people that was coming, they wasn't home. They just came and watched their stuff burn. They just sitting there watching their stuff burn. That right there is just terrifying. I mean, that's terrifying.
Guys, any more questions about the fire?
No. So what's your biggest takeaway in all of this? Like, what's the word on the street from your perspective?
Perspective is to make sure you got renter insurance and to, you know, be more aware of where you renting from, because, you know, that wasn't nobody's fault. I mean, it was basically the property owner's fault, because I believe they knew about it.
Mm.
So, you know, this is Mandy management. They don't take care of their property. I mean, so and a lot of the people that was living here, they're complaining about it because they know they're not gonna really get nothing back from Mandy management. Because Mandy management, that's all they want is your money. They don't even fix none of their properties. So, you know, and I'm hearing that from people that lived here, saying, you know, they was donated $500. You know, they still don't know where they're gonna be placed at or whatever. They still nervous. They trying to figure it out. So to have people and families like that, that's bad. You know, that's sad.
Yeah, it is really sad.
Yeah.
So where did you move from? Have you always been in New Haven? Always lived in New Haven? What do you do?
I'm a barber. Barbershop is on Dixville Avenue.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Lower Level.
Lower Level?
Barbershop. I'm in the
Where is
community.
that across from?
Know where they about to make the methadone?
Yes, I believe. Okay.
Yeah, across the street. Yeah.
So what do you think about that then? Because we actually been talking about that as well.
Whole neighborhood upside down.
Why you say that?
Dope fiends and the dope dealers, and it's really, you know, you got kids that go to school that catches the buses right there in front of that place. So that right there alone is gonna be bad. You know what I'm saying? So they have type of addicts lined up, and you got kids right there that gotta catch the bus. That don't add up.
So last week I was standing outside of Congress Avenue's location. So that's kind of what you're basing it off, correct?
Definitely, because Congress have been like that since they opened over there, and it's congested with nothing but addicts, and they be there 5 o'clock in the morning, there all day, so you never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying, just from being out, you know, and then you got people that with businesses and stores and schools and all that don't mix.
I'm actually very glad to be running into them because I was interviewing a client that went to the methadone clinic. So now it's interesting to talk to someone that's working, you know, in the area, and you're literally right across from it. How do you feel that's going to affect your business?
It will affect everybody that has a business over there, like, because it's too much loitering, too much stuff going on, and people don't want to like come to a business with people hanging around and, you know, all type of drugs going around. It's violence. Drugs begets violence. Violence begets all type of other stuff. So you don't want that in the community.
And you're open pretty late, right? What time do you
I close at 8 o'clock.
close at 8? Do you think you're going to change your hours because of this?
Might. All depends on how things look. Might have to move. Saying, you never know. I mean, all the shops and businesses around here, we talking like, if this even opens up, we're gonna have to move because it's gonna be corrupted, congested with all type of people that we don't want around. So.
Guys, do you want to ask anything about that?
No, I appreciate the insight. So thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, that's the word on the street for
That's
today.
the word on the street. We got a double whammy of the word on the street.
Yeah.
Thank you, Courtney.
All right, thank you,
Have
guys.
a good day. All right.
You too.
Take it easy, brother, out there in these streets.
So.
Ooh, that was good. Word on the street. All right. So, Harry, where you at? Ah, man, a fire. Damn, he's sandwiched in between two crazy things: a fire in his community and the app foundation and what they want to do. A lot.
Was being harassed offline.
Oh yeah, who's harassing you?
Won't say.
Okay. What do you mean you
Wait.
won't say? They're not harassing you about me, are they?
It's my paycheck.
Oh, that's your boss. Your boss, your boss. Well, you know what? You can read in the New Haven Independent about the fire. Burnt out tenants can't return home, and the community rallies to help. So that's up on the New Haven Independent site. I hadn't read the article yet. You know, I see some of the comments. You know, yeah. So there's like a couple of comments up there, but it's a good article. So if you want to check it out, you want to know a little bit more about what happened with the fire. That's a terrible feeling. I don't wish that on anybody, to tell you the truth. So anyway, I appreciate Courtney getting. I don't know, Harry. If I'm that guy and I come home and I see fire behind me, I'm packing a little bag, Harry. I'm like, let me just put a few things in my car in case I gotta dip on out fast. You know what I mean? Like toothbrush, change of clothes. I mean, pack a bag, leave it at the door so that you're always ready.
What did he say about insurance?
He said you should have renter's insurance.
Because I was loosely listening.
I would imagine he must have some kind of insurance because he's a business owner. So I would imagine he would have some, unless he owns his property and he has, insurance through his, home ownership, but he didn't get that deep into it. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Mandy properties. They're just not good landlords. They're slumlords. I see their properties and they love to slap those big stupid signs of Mandy properties. I was like, your signs are nicer than your properties. You have a nice sign, your properties suck. And they're not nice to people either. That's the other part too. They treat people badly, and then they wonder why people don't dig them, because y'all are not nice. You're not good landlords. You're not good neighbors, and you're not good. I mean, you're just not. And you're not good managers of property. So that's all I'm saying. And neither is the Ad Foundation. They're not good. They're not good neighbors either. They just think, well, we're in this building. We can't control what goes on outside. We can't control the folks that come and need our services, and that they don't understand. Then I would invite any of them to put this in their neighborhood where they live. Oh, executive director, where do you live? Hey, why don't we take a few houses in your neighborhood and put this service over there? And then you tell me how you'd feel about that, or your neighbors. They're just not good neighbors, Harry. And they have not spent, I don't know if they've ever, but they never spent any time thinking about what they should do about how people come and interact in their spaces. They want people to have compassion. And most people do have compassion, Harry, for addicts, But what people don't have the patience for is the shenanigans that go on when the organization doesn't want to handle how people come in and out of that building and how people are to be outside that building. That's problematic. That's not being good neighbors. It's not being respectful of the community or the neighborhood at all. It's not. So, and that's what someone should say to them. Y'all are not good neighbors. You're not good stewards of the community. So, it's not about people don't have empathy for folks who have addiction. That's not it.
I hope Allstate doesn't insure them. They're not good neighbors.
Allstate, the insurance company, or you mean Mandy is not?
That commercial, like a good neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's State Farm. It's State Farm.
State Farm.
State Farm. State
Yeah.
Farm is
Okay. All right. State Farm is it. So we have a guest at 10:15. And I'm looking forward to talking to him.
So did you see the story on the Family Dollar.
Oh, Harry, I don't want to
distribution
talk
plant?
about it. No, 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 Harry.
The
Harry,
distribution plant. Oh my God.
Harry, I can't with that. Oh, you just made me itch.
Thousands of rats.
I know, Harry. And now they're telling everybody who bought stuff in that area, you know, wherever they distribute to in that area,
Yeah,
to
yeah, but
return
that's just-
everything.
But that's just one of their distribution plants, right? So they have them all over the United States. So what you think that if it's happening in that distribution plant, it's not happening everywhere?
I don't know, but it's gonna really curtail me from going in there now.
And I mean, the thing that really worries me is that they're saying several food products,
Oh,
dietary supplements, vitamins, cosmetics, shampoos, baby wipes, healthcare items could be infected. Okay, so wait a minute. Are these things outside of their packages? How how do these things get infected?
no.
How does aspirin get infected? It says
It
medication.
might be so much, Harry, that it seeps through. Urine
Well,
seeps through.
When the inspector went, he found out over 1,000 rats dead. But then when he looked at the log of, I guess whoever they called in to take care of the problem kept the log, and it was like 2,300 rodents that had been taken out before.
See,
So
no.
it's like,
They got, you know what? They got to just raise that building.
that's
They
it.
got to raise the building, Harry. That's the only. I don't see. There's no other way.
I mean,
They can't. They won't be able to clean that. There's no cleaning that.
yeah,
And
just that-
where are these rodents coming from? It's like
Yeah,
a
just-
breeding ground now. So, ooh, Harry, I couldn't stand that story. I didn't even look into it. I was like, nope.
Just ask New York. They have the same problem in the city. They got problems. You go at 3 o'clock in the morning with video cameras and you see them all over the place.
Oh,
And I seen people turn the camera into locations that are shut down for the night and rodents all over the tables. And so we live with it. We just like to be blind to it. So
Harry, you're gonna mess around, make me not eat in any more restaurants in New York.
but oh my God, I just don't understand all of these things that are supposed to be packaged that are being recalled.
Because urine seeps through. I mean, the packaging it doesn't keep stuff out in a way over a long period of time, Harry. I mean,
God knows that stuff in the Family Dollar store is already old,
I know.
and expired.
But you know, Harry, when you are poor and you trying to make your money go far, you know, I get it, because I've bought stuff out of Family Dollar.
Of course, and I used to use Family Dollar as my survival store.
Yeah.
Take 10 bottles of ibuprofen, 10 bottles of aspirin, 10 just all that stuff is garbage now. I just think rats have been, I don't know, nibbling and putting it back into the bottle. I don't know, it's gone now.
Okay, that's not what they're doing. But if they're crawling on the bottles, Harry, and urinating on the bottles, you can't be putting your hands on it. If there's feces on it, you can't put your hands on it.
Yeah,
We'll mess around and have the bubonic plague. Thank you, Family Dollar, bringing us yet another plague.
Just in that area alone, there are this is crazy. There are 404 Family Dollar stores in the 6-state area. That's a lot of dollar stores.
That is. That's
Yeah, I
a
mean,
lot, Harry. And
that's
so
a
are they
lot of
asking
dollars.
people, are they recalling to all those stores? Like if you shopped in any of those stores, you got to return stuff?
Yeah,
You know how Family Dollar stuff is, Harry. You're not using it right away. Like you might have bought it a couple of months ago and it's sitting there.
and then if you, what's a real recall? Do they give you your money back or do they replace it with another infected bottle?
I don't know.
Because I always wonder that when I see, oh, beef has been recalled. All I do is I go into my freezer and I check for the labels and serial number just to see if I have anything. And if it's something that I bought, I'm fussing. I'll take it back to the supermarket. Really? You're gonna stand on the line for I don't know. Maybe other people would stand on the line because they have no choice.
Ugh.
But it's crazy. I'm always wondering, do they give me meat or my money back?
You just gross me
do
out,
they-
Harry.
Or do they give you a rebate coupon and say, hey,
I think it's a little bit of all of that. You can get your money back if you have the receipt, or if you don't have the receipt, they give you a store credit or a rebate or some,
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of all of that. All right.
who,
It's
you
10
know, who doesn't
10 o'clock.
notice that?
It's
Who
10
doesn't
o'clock. Make
notice?
the call letters while you on your tirade about
W WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. You're listening to LoveBabz LoveTalk. And we don't have rats.
that grossed me out, Harry. I saw that story. I bypassed. I was like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know the area because I'm not ever going into Family Dollar again.
I mean, yeah, look, it says internal records showed 2,300 rodents taken out in March. I mean,
How do you have
2,300?
2,300? How do you
September
have that
17th.
many rats? Like, there's something happening in that store, Harry.
And when the inspector went, he saw 1,100 dead rats, but plenty of live rats.
That's what I mean.
So,
What? This is a breeding ground. It's a bad nest. That's a terrible nest. So this is not a problem that happened overnight. This has been an ongoing problem.
yeah, it has to be because the CDC is involved. So,
Oh Lord.
so you said bubonic plague. That may not be a stretch. Then
No, and it's not, Harry. It's
if
not.
the CDC is involved, right?
Oof.
Oh my God. Okay, anyway. That's bad. That's bad. That and Russia. Same thing. Rats. Rats, all of them. Right? So look at Russia's. Look, Russian soldiers are an invasive species too, right?
They are. It's like bamboo, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. These people want to sit at cafes and enjoy their life. Why are you trying to
But-
bomb them?
But you know what, Babz? I was watching that too this morning. Those people looked entirely too calm.
I know.
I don't know what's going on over there. Even their president looks entirely like too.
No, he didn't look calm, Harry. He looked. I saw him speak. He is like very.
Not enough for me. It looks like he's just resigned to being invaded.
Well, he's got to be a little bit chill.
I was like, man, I would be like, everybody take cover.
Well, that's what it's going. Well, I think they're trying to err on the side of diplomacy, right?
Yeah, I mean, supposedly Macron, the French president, he's trying to get Biden and Putin together for a summit.
Yeah,
And
I
Biden
saw
said
that part.
Yeah, Biden said the only way he sits down for a summit is if there's no invasion between now and the summit.
Yeah,
So,
and that's fair. Like, I can't.
I
I
think- I think
can't.
so.
We're not
I
going to
think
talk
so.
after. You're not going to talk after you do this. But
Yeah.
I don't think Putin. Putin really does not care. But I hope the world unleashes a
doesn't.
can of whoop ass just because.
it's just that Europe is dependent on Russian energy. So it's
Well, you
gonna
know
be
what?
hard.
Here's the thing. Then take their country.
The nukes. That's the deterrent that Russia
Harry,
has.
take their country. Roll up in there with some ops and just take the whole country. And then you restore it with the government that you want.
Yeah, you see, Germany was standing with Biden, and Biden was saying there's going to be tough sanctions, and Germany would go, yeah, but
Yeah, but don't make them too harsh because
yeah,
we got benefit on the other side.
They
Because
go,
there's some countries that flank that area, right? We're like, we neighbors. So.
yeah, Germany's like, yeah, but not the oil, right?
Not the-
We're not going there, right? We need that liquid gas.
We're just thinking subsidies and all this other kind of stuff. We ain't really talking about.
We're talking about the oligarchs, right? That's what they're thinking. That's what they're thinking because it's like, and I get it. We're coming from across the pond and going, yeah, we're gonna lock down Russia, and everybody's going, wait a minute. They already pay like over there. They already pay high gas prices.
Yeah.
Really high gas prices. So,
oh yeah, they're like the $5, $6, $7 a gallon price.
They're around at the $7 mark, and we're over here
whining about $2.50.
So they go, you people don't know. You guys are crying right now. But so I get it. I see. This is the problem with the geopolitical part of politics, right? The geopolitical means we're getting involved all over the world, right? Where our noses should or maybe not be, right? So it's like
somebody's got. I mean, Harry, we can't. We gotta. Somebody's got to take the leadership around, saying, "Cut it out." We gotta be that guy. We gotta be that person,
right? We can
cut
be
it
the
out.
guy, but the consequences don't directly affect us. I mean, if there's a war,
but this is why you gotta have allies, right? Who will ride with you. That way, and you got enough allies, Harry. I mean, between the United States and France, I don't really mess around with Great Britain because they get a little dependent on, they got their own scandals over there. But they'll get down because they got a whole Air Force and a Navy too.
Well, they have to get down because.
Well, yeah, because when they got marched on,
right, we got their back, so they have to have our back.
They gotta have some back.
The problem is getting Germany involved here. Really,
but I think they're there.
I don't know. If
I think they're there, Harry, because they know. Listen,
and I say it's not going to directly affect us, but if there's a war, gas prices are going to shoot through the roof. So it is.
Oh, I don't want a war. I mean, I don't, because this will be like World War III. Because once Putin starts it, he's going to just throw the dice, all or nothing.
Well, it gets more scary if then China takes advantage and invades Taiwan.
China is not really up for a fight. They only like to strong arm their own people.
Well, right. They think Taiwan is their own people. So,
that's the other fight. Oh, that's another pain in the butt.
And that's what I mean. Get involved.
Between them and Hong Kong and the way they rolled up on Hong Kong. Like, come on.
Yeah. So, and then also, you have Rocket Man.
The little dictator in the South Korea. North Korea.
To start bombing South Korea just to create that. Then it'll be World War III.
Listen. If they're doing it, I'm doing it.
yeah, they might.
If he's doing it, I'm doing it. I'm not going to be left out.
The weird thing is, and Paul probably could speak to it better. Or we're getting tight here with time. Paul could probably speak to it better, but Israel has the iron. What's it called? The Iron Dome, where the United States helped them create this shield of rockets that as soon as a rocket is sent from the Gaza Strip, rockets take off from Israel to intercept, right? I forgot what they call it, but it's like an iron dome or something. I forgot what they call it. So my thing is, why doesn't why don't countries like Taiwan and South Korea, who are at the mercy of, I mean, dictators on their borders, why don't they get that? I mean,
I don't know, Harry. I'm gonna save that for another day.
it's weird. It's weird. Of course, it probably would mean it would probably be crossing a line with China and with Korea. So yeah. Anyway, that's geopolitical mess. that
Tune
we're
in. We give you the best geopolitical talk there is. Straight no chaser.
Yeah.
All right, we got a guest in 5 minutes. So get
Yeah.
set up.
So let
I
me
sent
go
you
to
his
music.
stuff.
Let me go to music and we'll be right back. You're listening to LoveBabz Love Talk on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Mm-hmm.